Hey everybody, today is September 11th, 2021. Obviously it's the 20th anniversary of 9/11. And there's all kinds of stuff going on TV and YouTube, but I just wanted to make a video and quickly relay my experience on what happened to me that day. After that 9/11 happened, I was very curious as to what people were doing when they saw it on TV. It was a Tuesday, so a lot of people were at work that morning, where they were exactly. So I recorded some people talking about it, not a lot, but in some of the video that I have, I turned the camera on myself and a friend of mine. I've interviewed my friend, and then he pointed a camera at me, and he talked to me about it, and I explained what I was doing. So the video, I'm not going to show the video. I'm just going to briefly give a synopsis of what happened to me on that day. But I'm going to put a video up here where this is of me talking about what was going on September 11, 2001, from my point of view. And so that's what this video is up here. And nothing terribly exciting. It's just the same story I have right now. I was working for Charter Communications, and they had a building in off of downtown Dallas. I mean, it was just on the edge of downtown Dallas. Anyway, so yeah, it was Charter Communications. I was working about 3 to 11, no, 3 to 11, something like that. And so just like I do now, I work at night and I sleep during the day quite a bit. So anyway, on that day, I woke up about, in the middle of a whole bunch of chaos. I woke up about 9, my time, Central Time was about 9 or 9:30-ish, something like that. Somewhere in that time zone, or in that time frame, excuse me. And then I woke up and I was just kind of, super groggy. I woke up and I turned the TV on, had a TV in my bedroom. I was living in a little crummy 1-bedroom apartment. But I turned the TV on and I see, all the chaos. Both towers had been hit. Tower 2 was first to go down. My recollection of it is, this may not be 100% accurate. My recollection is I turned it on and I was so groggy and confused, and I turned the TV on and I was sitting there watching what's going on. And then Tower 1 went down, it collapsed. That may not be 100% accurate because I may have just been watching a rerun of it since it had just happened. But anyway, I was very confused and groggy and disoriented. And so I was like, I can't even process what's going on right now. So I turned the TV off, and then I got up and I would say get a cup of coffee, but I didn't really drink coffee. I didn't drink sodas mostly. And so I got up, I kind of, shook the fog out of my brain, and I was like, wait, what did I just see? What was I watching? So I went back to the TV and I turned it on, and then I really started to, since I was awake, I started to figure out what in the world was going on, and it was terrible. What I did was, I sat there, most of the morning. It was so depressing, so sad. And I had just kind of a small TV with a VHS player in it, recorder. So I just put a tape in there, a blank tape, and I recorded it. I just recorded the news, just as much as I could. And I have, I think, 2 or 3 videotapes in a box in the house that are those actual videotapes I recorded from that day. And it's nothing we all haven't seen, but it's just as it was going on, and it was really, quite horrifying. But I still have those videotapes, and I think it makes me sad every time I see them. But anyway, that's what I did that morning, and then I just sat there in front of the TV, like most people. And then I had to get ready to go to work. I hadn't heard anything otherwise. A lot of places had shut down. We worked in a tall building. I may have called up there and said, are we still doing our thing? Are we still working? because I was a computer operator at the time. I had to go in and just kind of maintain some real basic computer stuff. And if I did call in, they said, yeah, come on in. But I remember driving to work. I would leave it took me 45 minutes to an hour to get to work, because that was in downtown Dallas. And so I would drive to work, and most people were coming back the other way. But by that point, everybody had gone home or shut down or cleared out or whatever they were doing. And there was almost no traffic either way going into work. So I got there about 2:30 or 3, whatever the time I started was. And I got there, and I mean, there was just nothing going on. Everybody was just glued to the TV, of course. And then when I got there, within 2 hours, almost everybody had left, because that's what they normally do. They leave by 5. And I was just sitting there. I don't remember if I think we had a big screen TV in the room I was working in, the computer operator room. But I don't know that we had it on in there, or that I was watching anything in there. If anything, I just kept getting up and going to the break room and watching stuff out there. I remember I had part of my job was fielding phone calls from just different, not customers, but people who worked for Charter Communications. They would call me and say, "Oh, the such and such is locked. I need you to unlock it, or can you get in here and unlock it and free it up for them to use whatever the file or computer setting or whatever." It's been so long, I don't remember what I was doing. And usually we get dozens and dozens of calls during the day to unlock these files so they can use them on their end. That day I only got one, and that was basically because nobody was really watching any pay-per-view or anything like that, any of the stuff that Charter Communications did. It was just all network news that everybody was watching, so there was hardly anything going on. And I do remember my mom called me at work, and we were just talking about it and how sad it was. But yeah, those are the only 2 calls I had at work that night for an 8-hour shift. Was one unlock, and then my mom called me and we talked for a while. But that was pretty much what I did, and on that day. And it's hard to believe that it's 20 years, and it's still obviously horrific and sad. But here we are 20 years later. It's blowing my mind that it's actually been 20 years. It freaked me out when it was 10 years, a 10-year anniversary. Now it's a 20-year anniversary, and it's just it's just terrible, obviously. But anyway, everybody stay safe and take care, okay? Bye-bye.